Namaste, chair yogis. Welcome to chair yoga. Hope you all are doing well. It's a joy to be here with you. Please take a little bit of time right now to get organized and set your space up. So what all we'll need for practice today is a chair. So you can take a chair. You might want to have another chair handy for Shavasana for later if you prefer not to get down on the floor today. And take some time to make sure all phones are off, that the people around you, if there are any, know that you're practicing now, that this is your time. I'll give you a few moments to do that. You can practice barefoot or whatever kind of footwear or socks you'd like. I always generally like to practice barefoot because I like the feeling of my feet and the contact of all the pressure points of my feet down on the mat. I am practicing outside today, so there'll probably be some sounds in the environment, and I like to make that part of my practice. So you may hear them in your background, you may hear them in my background, but you just let that go. That's what life is. Things come, things go. So this too shall pass. So coming into a comfortable seat, we'll start in our seated mountain pose. Take a few moments to press down through the feet, spread the toes, and then take your fists and place them between the thighs so that you can find a nice hip distance apart. And that's the hip bone distance. It's not the outer hips, it's the hip bone distance that we're looking for. And then check to see that your ankles and your knees are in one line and your knees and your hips are in one line so that you're having right angles. If you need to shift forward or back on your chair at any point to make that happen, you can. We all have different length legs, and so take that time. Check again with your hip distance apart. Begin to lengthen up through the crown of the head. Press down through the feet so you can feel the thighs activating. Let's take the shoulders up, back, and settle them down, bringing the hands down by your side. From here, gently tuck the chin. You can place your fist underneath your chin so that we can lengthen the back of the neck. So there's one straight line of the spine. Even though our spine is never completely straight, we've got some nice alignment with the spine. Continue to press down through the feet, lift up through the crown. If you'd like, you can close or soften your eyes. And begin to bring your awareness to your breath. And the breath is happening through the nostrils, feeling the inhale coming through the nostrils, the back of the sinuses and down. And as you exhale, warmer air, filtered air coming out through the nostrils. Enjoy the inhale, inhaling positivity, and exhaling what you don't need anymore, mentally, physically, any toxins, let them go. Feeling the fresh energy as you breathe in, and any negativity pass as you go out with the breath. Placing your hands on your belly, you can keep your eyes closed or your gaze down, and begin to feel the abdomen expand with the inhale and contract and soften with the exhale. Inhaling, abdomen is expanding. Exhaling, abdomen is gently drawing inwards. Inhale, abdomen out. Exhale, abdomen in. Inhaling, abdomen out. Exhale, drawing the abdomen in, relaxing your shoulders. Continue like that on your own for a few more beautiful breaths, feeling the expansion and the contraction. Releasing your hands to your laps, eyes staying closed, awareness still on the breath. If you'd like, you can take your thumb and the tip of your index finger together, feeling that connection in Jnana or Chin Mudra, lifting up through the crown. Continue to watch the breath. I'm getting a little curious, so watching how the inhale arises, sustains for a moment, and then passes, it finishes. So just focusing on the inhale, watching it build, and then it ends. Only the inhale, attention only on the inhale. The exhale will just happen on its own. And then bringing awareness to just the exhale. So let the inhale happen, and then the exhale, watching each part of the exhale, watching how it comes and as it goes. And then combining the inhale and the exhale with your awareness. So as you inhale, noticing as it arises, sustains and passes. And then the exhale is there to relieve you as that starts. There's a middle, there's an end. So it's a cycle, a beginning, a middle, and an end, only to start again. And as you observe your breath, you may bring your awareness to a little pause between the inhale and the exhale. It happens naturally, nothing that you're deliberately creating. Maybe a little gap, maybe there isn't one. And then guiding your awareness from the end of the exhale to the beginning of the inhale, is there a little pause there? Perhaps envisioning your breath as a Ferris wheel. With the inhale, it comes up to the top. There's that brief pause, and then it comes down and around to the bottom. And then there's the inhale again to bring you up and around. And there's the exhale to take you down and around. And then there maybe is a slight pause before the inhale happens again. So taking your awareness as if it's moving in a circle. The breath is continuous. If your mind becomes distracted by noises in the environment or physical sensations, see if you can gently come back to that breath awareness, the circular breath, cyclical breath. The beginning, middle, and end of the inhale, a slight pause, and then a beginning, middle, and end of the exhale. Letting that continue round and round. And after your next exhale, if you feel complete, you can release the attention on the breath. And when you're ready, gently beginning to float the eyes open, taking in some light if they had been closed. Namaste. Welcome to your practice today. Start with the chanting of 3 Om, breathing in. Enjoy your practice today. Please go at your own level today. I don't know how much you've been practicing from home, so take it easy if you need to. If you need to increase, always can increase. I'll always give options. So let's begin with a little bit of movement for the joints, taking the right leg out and scrunching your toes, spreading them, scrunch, spread, scrunch, spread, scrunch, spread. Other side, left, scrunch, spread, well, spread, spread, scrunch, spread, scrunch, spread, scrunch, good. And then taking both legs together and rolling them out in one direction and the other direction, using your core to hold you there. You can also have your hands down on your chair. And then coming back, taking the knees in and out a few times, a little bit of that Charleston move. You can use your hands here as well if you can get your brain and your hands organized. So out and in. Charleston, Charleston. I don't know any of the words to that song other than Charleston, and I know it's a dance, but it's the bee's knees. I don't know. And then shake that out a little bit, do a little bit of running, maybe use your arms, start to run in place, run to the right, run to the left, run in the center, wide, take it wide, 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 narrow, 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 wide, 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 narrow, 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 wide, 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 narrow, 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 and then slow it down, but start to be as if you're marching a little bit. Marching and really feeling the sole of the foot on the floor. Don't hurt yourself. Try to lift up through the waist, through the crown, and then slow that down. Shake out your fingers, your wrists. Open and close your hands. Good. Let's roll out the arms a little bit, both directions. Shake it out. Shake out the body. Shake it. Let's do some tapping, some Tarzan tapping, getting to the thymus area. Good, and shake it again. Whew, whew, whew. Shake it. Good, whole body. You can start to bring the arms up if your shoulders are into that today. Just shaking out the body. Good, 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 good. Nice. Let's roll the head a little bit from side to side gently. You can use your breath. The exhale takes you to the side, the inhale to the center. Shoulders are heavy, away from the ears, and then forward and slightly back. Forward, slightly back. One more, forward, slightly back, and then rolling the head in a circle. Be very gentle toward the back. Let the shoulders be heavy. When you get to the center, reverse the direction. Enjoy this neck roll. Oh. Big breaths in as you come back and exhale as you come out. One more. And then back to the middle. Good. Let's inhale as we exhale. Press the palms and really engage the arms. Pressing, pressing, pressing. Good. Bring your arms over to one side and back to the center, to the other side. Continue to press the palms back to the center. Good. Take the arms out in front, fingers down. Press the heels of the hands, fingers down. Press the heels of the hands, fingers down. Press the heels of the hands. Good. Bring the shoulders up to the ears. Let's take some shoulder rolls again. Going toward the back. And then the front. Good. Nice. Just warming up the body for our practice. We'll take our knees to the left and arms to the right. Look over your left shoulder. I'm not mirroring you. And then switch the other way. So knees are to the right. Look over your right shoulder. Hands are pressing toward the left. Again, switch, 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 switch. Good. Come back to center. Relax. Shake it out a little bit. We'll do some variations of the sun salutation. I'm practicing this early in the morning, so maybe about 10 o'clock, 10:15. Inhale, exhale, pressing your palms. Let's take a breath in for mind and a breath out for the mind. A breath in for the body, a breath out for the body. A breath in for the spirit, a breath out for the spirit. Inhale, take your arms up, arch back gently if you'd like. Breath in, mind. Breath out, mind. Breath in, body. Breath out, body. Breath in, spirit. Breath out, spirit. Good. Then coming down, reaching, trying to keep your hands alongside your ears, coming all the way forward. Hands down. Breath in. Breath out. Breath in. Breath out. Breath in. Breath out. Drawing your right foot back, bringing your right foot back, lengthen your spine, shoulders away, hands on your thighs. Inhale. Exhale. I'm on the ball of my right foot and I'm pressing down through the left foot. From here we'll move into plank. So, coming up into both toes, sets of toes, arms are straight. You're in a plank. Press down through the balls of the feet. As you exhale, come forward with your chest and forehead as your hands draw back, looking over that imaginary fence. Anything going on in the neighbor's yard? I can actually see my neighbor's fence from here, so, our wall. Breathing. Good, and then we'll come into cobra, bring the legs together, and then pressing the hands out in front, lift up through the chest. 3 breaths, one more inhale. Exhale, coming into downward dog, lengthening. Now I'm on my heels. Arms are by the ears. Your body is in like a sideways V shape. Very nice. From here, we'll draw the left leg back. Place the hands on the thighs. Press the right foot down and be on the ball of the left foot. Lengthen, shoulders away from my ears. I know you may not be able to see my feet fully. I can't quite adjust the computer the right way to get my whole body in, so this is what you have to imagine. Good, and then from here you'll bring your left foot back and fold forward, come back into the forward bend. Maybe you reach as far as possible with your fingertips. If this is too much, keep your hands on your thighs. As you inhale, press into your feet, trying to bring your hands alongside your ears. Come up, arch slightly back, hold it for 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, hands in front of the chest. Inhale, mind. Exhale, mind. Inhale, body. Exhale, body. Inhale, spirit. Exhale, spirit. Release your arms. Now we'll take the same movement, 1 breath per movement. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, lifting up and slightly back. Exhale, lengthen out as far as you can go. Fingertips come down to the ground or to your thighs. On your inhale, draw your left foot back. Hands come on the thighs. Lengthen your spine. Equestrian pose. Bring your shoulders, blades toward each other. You're on the ball of your left foot and you're pressing down with the right foot. I know this wasn't 1 breath per movement, but I wanted to give you some instructions just in case you didn't remember that one. And then we'll come into a plank. So now you're on the toes of both feet. Arms are straight and strong like you're pressing into my hands. Very nice. And then from here, exhale, bring your chest and forehead forward as your elbows draw by your sides. 8-point pose, Ashtanga Namaskar. Then from here, hands come to the thighs, lift open into Cobra. Exhale, arms come by the ears, legs can extend, you can come onto your heels, hinge from your hips. This is your downward dog or V shape. Inhale, draw the right foot back, lengthen through your spine, hands press down on the thighs. And then exhale, bring your right foot forward to meet your left, arms come down into your forward fold. Inhale, press into the feet to rise up and back. And exhale, bring hands down in front of your chest. Release the hands. Take a full breath in. Exhale, enjoy. Resting your hands on your lap. This time you can take your palms down. Deep and long breathing. Focusing now on the exhale a little bit more. That will help to relax after the cardiovascular benefits of Surya Namaskar, of the sun salutations. Face is soft and relaxed. Enjoying the pause, enjoying this little space between. Slowly opening the eyes. We'll continue with some sun salutations, but this time we'll take some variations. Sitting back in your mountain, checking in with your hip bone distance. Inhale, exhale, press the palms. This time, turn your elbows out to the side and your fingertips towards your chest. Pressing the whole hand, including the pinky side. And then bring them back up. Inhale, drawing the arms up, and you'll arch slightly back, look up. Continue to keep the arms lifted, but come to upright, pressing into your feet. We'll lower one hand down to the side. I'm not going to call necessarily which side because it can be confusing. And then bend over to that side. Your hand can either hang, the lower hand can just hang down, or you can hold on to a part of your chair. Lifting up through the top arm, breathing into the space that you've created, and see if you can press both feet down. Inhale, come back up with that arm, and exhale, we'll bend over to the other side, taking a side bend. Variation of a triangle or of a half moon, quarter moon. You continue to press through your feet. Open up through that top chest, part of the chest. Lengthen through your fingertips. Inhale, coming back up. Exhale, coming halfway forward, lengthening the hands. Palms facing down. The spine is in one line as best as can be. And from here, drawing the elbows back, lift the chest. Palms are still facing down. Come forward, drop the head. Then bring the elbows back. Inhale, look up. Exhale, lengthen. Again, coming up. And lengthen. Exhale, fall all the way forward. Let your head hang. Shake out the head, no. Nod it, yes. Good. From here, you can be on fingertips or your palm can be flat on the floor, or you can hold on to your drape one arm over your thighs, whatever's more comfortable. We're going to come into a side twist. So lifting the opposite arm up. Again, one arm is down and your arms might be in one straight line or resting on the legs. If there's anything with the shoulder, feel free to keep your hand on your hip and rotate. So any of those variations, the idea is to stretch the side of the body. You'll have a compression on one side and a stretch on the other. So whatever variation you're in, breathe into that. Remember, we're typically holding for 3 full breaths. Good. Then inhale, come back up slowly. It's a lot of work on the spine. Exhale, we'll take it the other way. So remember your variation of this twist. The hand can come down and you can open up. So whatever variation you're breathing, doesn't matter if the top arm is up or at your waist, you're opening, lengthening, breathing. Remember, this too shall pass, so enjoy it while you're in it. And then slowly come back up, bringing both arms out to the side. You can also keep them bent. We'll flip the palms up, lengthen up through the chest, and then down, up, down, up. This can be practiced with bent arms. Down, up, down, up, down, up. See if you can really rotate your pinkies up and hold. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And then rotate the arms the other way, so you're leading with your thumbs. Please take it easy. This is a lot on the shoulders, so just do a little bit. That's perfect maybe today. Inhale. Exhale. This too shall pass. The arms are getting heavy. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Bring your palms back down. Arms down. Oh. Roll the shoulders out. Very good. So we'll come down into your forward bend. Let the head hang. This time, move one hand to the center, and again, it could be on your legs. And then hands on the hip, and we'll rotate. You may get a little bit of a different kind of twist here. So your top hand is at your shoulder. At your waist. Looking up. If your neck is happy, only do what makes you happy here. You're breathing and you're feeling, you're doing it. And then come back to center, pause for a moment, and then we'll take it on the other side, bringing the other hand down, other hand to the hip. Maybe a little bit deeper twist than we did with the arms extended. Exhale, come back to center, lower down. This time draw your right foot back, hands on your thighs, lengthen shoulder blades together. Really press through the ball of the right foot and the entire left sole. Good. And then from here, we're going to, this is the equestrian pose, so we're going to see if we can lengthen a little more from the tailbone to the crown and settle the shoulders down and hug the elbows into the sides. So really exploring this position for a moment here. One more breath in. Exhale. Press into the left foot to come back to seated, bringing both feet down, and then extending the arms out into the plank. You can also be on the balls of your feet here. Very strong plank. Continue to press the wrist, the heels of the hand out. And then we'll come out to the side, open the chest, Press the walls on either side of you. Very nice for toning up the arms and shoulders. Back to center. Inhale, press out, either side, shoulders are relaxed. Back to center. Again, come out, drawing your navel gently into your spine to protect your lower back. Back to center. Good. From this plank, our shoulders are relaxed. We're going to come into the chest and forehead forward as the palms draw back, elbows into the side, and then move the shoulders away from the ears a little bit. Elbows in. From here, we'll move into Cobra, placing the hands on the thighs. Heels are lifted, shoulder blades together, lift up. This is one variation which you can stay with. We'll be holding this a little longer than 3 breaths. The next variation is you can place your hands on the seat behind you and lift up. Not taking the head too far back, but creating some space along the chest. You can stay with either of those variations or interlock your fingers, press them on the seat, bring your shoulder blades together. A little bit deeper variation of the Cobra, Bhujangasana. Very nice. And then slowly, whichever variation you are in, coming out of the Cobra. Hands back on the thighs. Breathing. And we'll come back into that downward dog, that V. So this time the heels come out, the arms are by your ears, and you're hinging from the hips. And in our variation now, we'll take the arms and legs wide, and then we'll take them together. Wide, you'll have to sit a little bit back as you go wide, and then lean forward as you come together. Out wide, lift, exhale, together. One more. Inhale wide, really lengthen out. Your body is almost like an X shape, and then back into your more traditional chair version of downward facing dog. Yes, good. Then from here, we'll bring the left foot back, be on the left toes, hands on the thighs, lengthen forward. And then bring your left foot forward, reach out, come into the forward bend. Really relax your shoulders, your face, everything. Inhale, press into the feet to rise up. Exhale, we'll take the arms into a cactus. So the elbows and the shoulders may be in a line. If that's a little much, your elbows can be lowered down. Palms facing me. Then we'll bring the elbows and palms together in front. Try to keep the elbows about the same height as your shoulders. Open up, lift the chest. Exhale, come in. Everything touches. Inhale out. Exhale in. Inhale out. Exhale in. Hold it here. This too shall pass. Good. Come back out to the side, back into cactus. Straighten the arms up, lifting the chest. And exhale, back into Namaskar with the hands. And release. Let's take a few moments in a seated Shavasana just to relax after that very, I found, intense series. So just allow your body to relax. No alignment cues here. If you'd like, you can turn your palms upwards. Bring your awareness back to the breath. Watching the breath at the abdomen. Allow your heart rate to come back to normal. Your breath to slow down. And then slowly open your eyes. Very good. So coming back to the front of your chair, checking in for your mountain, your seated mountain. Lengthening up through the crown, pressing down through the feet, knowing that I'm missing all of you very much in person. I love looking out and seeing everyone, so I'm just seeing my face, which I'd much rather see yours. All right, so we're going to work with Setu Bandhasana, which is the bridge pose, and there all shows different levels or different ways you might want to practice today. As I say, always remember it changes a lot from day to day, depends on how you slept, what you ate, if you've been practicing, what other things you've been doing with your body, even with your mind. So with the bridge pose, the first one will be the hands on the thighs. This is a little bit similar at first to how we were doing Cobra, but the difference is instead of looking up, we're going to keep the chin tucked in toward the chest. So first option, hands are on the thighs. You're lifting up and taking a slight arch of the back, shoulder blades moving toward each other, chin tucked into the chest. Press in through your feet, engage the legs, breathing. Very good. You can stay there and continue to breathe if that is enough for you. If you'd like to go deeper, I'm going to turn to the side so you can see a little bit better. From here, we'll bring the hands behind us, next to us on the seat or slightly behind you, bringing the shoulder blades together, lifting up, pressing down through your feet, and then chin tucks into the chest, Setu Bandhasana. Knees and thighs are hip bone distance apart. 3 full breaths into the chest. If you're holding the first variation, you're into about the 7th or 8th breath actually. And then the last variation, you'll interlock your hands. Maybe interlock them the way that feels more awkward to you. You'll straighten the arms and bring the shoulder blades together. Continue to press into those hip bone distant feet and drop the chin to the chest. Deep and long breathing. And then exhale. Slowly release whatever variation you're in. To rest for a moment here, feeling the effects of the bridge posture, Setu Bandhasana. Very nice, very wonderful back bend, wonderful for the spine. And let's take the spine forward since we've been doing the back bend. We'll come into a forward bend. Let's take the legs out to the side. You might scoot a little bit further back on your chair, and we'll take the toes angled in the same direction as the knees. Many options here as well, so hands can come onto the thighs as you start to hinge from the hips forward. And this may be a wonderful place for you to go with the tailbone and the crown of the head in one line, feeling a nice stretch through the groin, through the thighs, staying here if this feels appropriate for you. If you'd like to come lower, the elbows can come onto the thighs as you lengthen forward. And bring the fingertips together. Continue to lengthen through the crown of the head. So we're still maintaining that straight line. And if you'd like to come deeper, then you can bring your hands down and fold forward. Let your head hang down. Palms or fingertips are on the floor beneath you. Relaxing the shoulders. Whatever variation you're in, we're going to begin to come up slowly. So if you were all the way down, Please take your hands to your thighs first, press into your feet, lengthen the spine, so you're in variation, the second variation sort of, then lengthen and slowly hinge up. Very good. Lengthen up through the crown, and then heel toe back into seated mountain. And rest for a few breaths. I really enjoy sometimes teaching with taking and practicing myself with resting between some of the postures. Really lets it integrate well. And it reminds us to connect with our breath. Good. Take some fun leg movements here. So you can inhale. As you exhale, bring your hands in front of your chest and lift up one leg. I don't care which one it is. Just make sure you do both sides. Good. And you can stay here, or you can bring your hands out to the side with touching the tips of your fingers. So we're coming into the crane. You can take a little bit of a rounding of the spine. Hold it here. Continue to press down with the foot that's on the floor. Your leg that's lifted can be lifted any amount. It may just be an inch or so off the mat or off the floor. From here, we'll move into the stick. So then lengthening the leg out, the arms can come up overhead or to the waist, whatever is more comfortable for you. So we moved from the crane into the stick. Good. And then from here, we'll bend the leg so that we externally rotate that hip and either cross the ankle over the opposite ankle or bring the leg up higher onto the thigh. Whatever variation, you can start to hinge from the hips coming forward a bit. And then if you'd like, you can lower your hands down onto your leg or legs, lengthen from the spine. Again, your foot doesn't have to be up on the top. It can be down lower and you're still hinging. So whatever variation, for me, this is feeling really nice today. Turn your hands up, variation of the pigeon. We're holding this longer than 3 breaths. Get a little deeper into the connective tissue. If you'd like, you can start to rock away from the knee that's crossed. So you might feel a little more of a stretch through that hip, through the side waist. Just an option. Just make sure your spine feels okay doing that. And then slowly come back to the center. We'll inhale the arms up. Exhale, settle the shoulders. Bring the whichever leg was on top back into the stick, holding it. Notice if you're slumping down or if you can stay upright. And then back into the crane. Try to flex the foot that's lifted. And exhale, lower the leg down, bringing your hands back to your heart. Taking a breath in. And an exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Working with the other side now. So we'll start whatever leg you didn't have, you're going to lift. We'll come into the crane. Your foot doesn't have to lift super high. You can even be on the toes of that foot that's lifted if you prefer. Arms out to the side again, fingertips down. This is a really nice stretch for the wrists. So whatever variation you're in. And then I love to do a little bit of rounded at the beginning. Rounding the spine. Concentrating, pressing the lower foot down to the mat. From here, moving into the stick, extending that leg out. Forgive me for pointing my sole of my foot at you. Lift up, remember, press down through that leg that's on the ground. Continue to lift up. And then coming into the variation of the pigeon. So crossing the ankle over, crossing over the other ankle, or on the top, bringing the arms down, lengthening through the spine. Let that settle in for a few breaths. Option to come a little bit deeper, hinging forward, pulling the toes gently back, pressing out through the heel. That makes it a little bit better for the knee, a little better protection for the knee. Then you can rock a little bit side to side, so you might rock toward the foot, or you might rock toward the knee, and just find a sweet spot that you can maintain for a few more breaths. And this is finished, so we'll move back into the stick, extending. It's much more of an extension. Into the crane, that's the bending. Exhale, slowly lower the foot, come back into Namaskar hands for a moment, and then closing the series by coming back to your seated mountain. If you'd like, you can take a short Shavasana sitting back before we continue. Very nice. And then coming back into your seated mountain, I'm going to do a little bit of story time. So during this story time, let's take the soles of the feet together and let the knees drop out to the side. So we're coming into Baddha Konasana. If you happen to have your other chair handy, and you do have one, you can take it and then, if it's available in your hips, bring it up onto the chair to rest your feet there. If that is not pleasant, then keep your feet down on the ground with the soles of the feet together. And as your hips open naturally with gravity, I'm going to tell you a brief story. You can close your eyes if you'd like. So this story is about a king, and this king had an assistant. And he had a whole court, actually, not just an assistant, but a whole court. And he asked some sages to write him some words of advice that if he got stuck in a bad situation that he could rely on, that he could find. And they were so used to writing treatises, these long, long things, that it was too much. He just wanted one sentence. He had a special diamond ring, and that it could be written on paper and folded up and put in the diamond ring. And when he really needed it, he could open it up. So they were racking their brains trying to write something short and couldn't come up with anything. So he mentioned this to his faithful assistant, a man in the court who had also served his father. And he said, well, when your father was when I was serving your father, there was a mystic that came here, and he gave me some words of advice, and I am going to write those down. It's just a few words, fold it up, put it in your ring, and then you can use that. So the king was happy that, it was his faithful assistant that was able to give him the words, and so much for the rishis, for the sages. So this king eventually went into battle and got to a point where he was being chased, and he got to the edge of a cliff, and he says, he looks back, he looks forward, he's not sure what to do, remembers his ring. He opens the ring, takes out the piece of paper, and it says, "This too shall pass." And immediately a sense of peace and calm washed over him. Folded it up, put it back in the ring. The army behind him never showed up. He was able to come back to the kingdom, and he's having a huge celebration after the battle that he's returned safely. And the man, his faithful assistant, comes up to him and he said, "This is the time to open your ring." And the king's, what do you mean? You know, everything's great. I don't really need it now. And the assistant said, please open your ring. So he did what he was told. He opened the ring. He read, this too shall pass. And all of a sudden, again, a sense of calm and peace came over him. Folded it back up, put it back in his ring, returned to the festivities, but just thinking for a few moments about the moral of that story. This too shall pass. So we have ups and we have downs, just like the breath goes up and down or in a circle, life being in a circle, very cyclical nature. And trying not to get too attached to the ups because that they pass, not to say don't enjoy them, please enjoy. And when there are times that are tough, knowing that that will pass, that should bring us some comfort, knowing it won't always be like that. I've really used these words in the past few weeks a lot in my mind, and I'm finding it quite helpful, so I wanted to share that parable with you. So your hips maybe have been in this position for quite a while, let's use our hands to help draw them in toward each other. So using your thighs, gently bring the legs in, placing the soles of the feet down one at a time, returning to your seated mountain. You can close your eyes again, just for a deep breath in, body, breath out, continuing with your breath. Very nice. And then we'll move into Shavasana. So for Shavasana today, again, you have the option to bring a chair in front of you to rest your legs on, and so you can lean back. If you prefer, you can stay upright on your first chair, or you can also lie down. If you're in a space that you can lie down, if you have your mat handy. So take a little bit of time to find a position that's comfortable for you. Begin to settle down. We've worked with the different directions that the spine moves in. We've worked with the hips today. Some strengthening for the arms and legs. Take a moment to understand that this is really important for you, for all of us. Giving yourself some gratitude for that as you move into this place of contentment. In Sanskrit, the word is translated as santosha. So can you feel some santosha? Contentment. And once you're in a comfortable place, let's lift the right leg an inch or so off your mat or your chair. And exhale to let it go. You'll get a sense of the weight of the right leg. Lift the left leg an inch or so off the mat. Get a sense of the weight. And let it go. Good. Lift the right arm up an inch or so. Make a fist. Spread the fingers wide. And drop it. Left arm, lift it up. Engage the muscles in the left arm. Make a fist. Spread the fingers wide. And drop. Bring shoulders up to the ears. And release. Squeeze the face into a little ball. Release. Open the eyes wide. Stretch the mouth open. Stretch the tongue out. And release. Gently turn the head to one side. Back to the center. Gently turn the head to the other side. And back to the center. And now completely and fully relax. I'll suggest body parts and just begin to let them relax and soften. Relaxing my feet, my toes, my ankles, my feet, my toes, my ankles are relaxed. Relaxing my shins, my calves, my knees, my shins, my calves, and my knees are relaxed. Relaxing my thighs and my hips, my thighs and my hips are relaxed. Relaxing my pelvis, my lower back, my belly, my pelvis, lower back, and belly are relaxed. Relaxing my middle back, my ribs, my middle back, and my ribs are relaxed. Relaxing my upper back, my upper chest, my upper back, upper chest are relaxed. Relaxing my hands, my fingers, my wrists, my hands, my fingers, and wrists are relaxed. Relaxing my forearms, elbows, and upper arms. My forearms, elbows, and upper arms are relaxed. Relaxing my shoulders, my neck, jaw, my shoulders, my neck, and jaw are relaxed. Relaxing my mouth, tongue, and throat. My mouth, tongue, and throat are relaxed. Relaxing my eyes, forehead, my eyes and my forehead are relaxed. Relaxing the crown of my head and back of my head, crown of my head and back of my head are relaxed. Relaxing all of my internal organs, my muscles, joints, tendons, and ligaments. Relaxing my mind, my body and my mind are relaxed. Relax, relax. Slowly beginning to return, deepening the breath. Gently moving fingers and toes. Bringing the legs together and inhaling, stretching your arms over your head, bringing some fresh energy back to the body. Exhale, release. If you are on your mat, you can bend your knees and gently roll to one side. If you had your legs up on a chair and seated, placing your legs gently, your feet gently back onto the floor. Coming back into a comfortable seated position. Take a few more moments of breath awareness, breath exercise, and meditation. So we'll inhale for a count of 2 and exhale for a count of 4, bringing your awareness to your abdomen as you do this. Inhale, Om 1, Om 2. Exhale, Om 1, Om 2, Om 3, Om 4. Inhale, Om 1, Om 2. Exhale, Om 1, Om 2, Om 3, Om 4. Inhale, Om 1, Om 2. Exhale, Om 1, Om 2, Om 3, Om 4. Inhale, Om 1, Om 2. Exhale, Om 1, Om 2, Om 3, Om 4. Inhale, Om 1, Om 2. Exhale, Om 1, Om 2, Om 3, Om 4. On your own. Gently bringing your hands up in front of your chest. We'll close with 1 Om and 3 Shanti today. Inhale. Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Taking a moment of gratitude for your practice today. A moment of gratitude for the teachings and wisdom of yoga. I leave you with love. I leave you with joy, happiness, prosperity, abundance. Om Namah Shivaya, Hari Om, Tat Sat. Thank you all for your practice today. Until we see each other again. Namaste.